Hello and welcome to P3O Practitioner course. The 3 Ps stand for Project, Program, and Portfolio Office. A little bit about One World Training. One World Training is a global training, business simulation, and training company, and it is based out in the USA, UK, the Netherlands, India, Malaysia, and other parts of the world. We provide training in IT, business management, project management, ISO standards, and various other products. We deliver its courses in different ways. We offer public classroom-based trainings, online form of trainings, e-learning, a blended approach, and in-person support for instruction. And we are an authorized training center, and we are endorsed by leading global professional bodies. Right at the bottom of this particular slide, we have endorsements from some leading global professional bodies. This particular product, which is a product in the space of PMO management, is a product created by PeopleCert on behalf of Axelos. A little bit about P3O. P3O is part of a suite of guidance originally developed by the Office of Government Commerce, now owned and enhanced by Axelos Limited. Axelos is a joint venture company, and it aims at helping organizations and individuals manage their projects, programs, and services. Where appropriate, this guidance is supported by a qualification scheme and accredited training and consultancy services. Although the guidance has been written to align to Axelos Limited best management practices, P3Os will exist in organizations where other bodies of knowledge, standards and methods are deployed. In certain organizations, there could be some in-house developed standards and methods. This guidance can easily be adapted to suit any organization, regardless of PPM language or standards in use. So the product that we are looking at the moment is this particular one, the Portfolio Program and Project Offices product. Now, to a large extent, P3O is all about providing the needed delivery support at the project management level, at the program management level, and portfolio management level. So it not only provides delivery support, it also provides strategic planning and center of excellence services. So it's a product which offers best practices that cut across portfolio management, program management, and project management. Now, P3O is a product that is kind of well aligned with some of the other products, such as risk management. MOR is a product that provides us the best practices in terms of understanding how do we effectively manage risks at the portfolio, program, and project management. And P3O is also aligned with some of the other products like MOV and ITIL. We will be more than happy to provide you with some additional details if you require so on some of the other products that you might be interested in. Let's briefly look into some introductory thoughts on this particular guidance. The Portfolio Program and Project Offices guidance provides advice supported by discussion and examples on how to develop a governance structure that helps optimize an organization's investment in change alongside its business as usual work. As we go along through the course, I would be providing you with examples and discussions that will really help you understand the subject really well. P3O is a qualification that is currently offered at 2 levels, foundation and practitioner. Now, what is the purpose of the practitioner qualification? The purpose of the practitioner qualification is to confirm whether the candidate has achieved sufficient knowledge and understanding of the P3O guidance to design, implement, manage, or work within any component office of a P3O model. In other words, this particular guidance can help you design and implement a project management office or a program management office or a portfolio management office. P3O model contains both permanent and temporary structures. So this particular guidance and this particular qualification, the practitioner one, helps you provide the needed guidance to design, to implement, to manage, or even work within any component office of a P3O model. And a successful candidate will have an overall understanding of the elements, roles, functions, and tools and techniques deployed in a generalized P3O model. Additional training may be required if the candidate is to take up one of the specialist roles in the P3O organization. If you had been part of the foundation course, we looked into various roles, and some of the specialist roles would be roles in the field of finance, benefits, risk, etc. So one might need to take some additional training if one desires to specialize in a particular function within the P3O organization. So the next question that we would be addressing is, to whom is this particular product addressed? So who is the target audience? The qualification is aimed at candidates wanting to take an active role in any of the offices, be it project office, portfolio office, or program management office. While it is particularly suited to candidates fulfilling the management, generic or functional roles described in Appendix A of the guide, it will also be relevant to others who see the P3O model as a framework for a career path. A bit on the high-level performance definition of a successful practitioner candidate. Candidates need to exhibit the competencies required for the foundation qualification and to show that they can apply P3O guidance to the design, implementation, and management of a P3O model. Specifically, you would need to demonstrate your ability to develop the business case required to obtain senior management approval for the P3O. Well, to set up a P3O, you would need money, you would need resources, so you would need to justify as to why you would need a P3O. Towards that end, you would need to have the needed competence to develop a business case required. Number two, identify and build the most appropriate P3O model, which will adapt to the organization's needs, taking account of the organization's size and portfolio, program and project management maturity. And one of the key thoughts that we've been talking about throughout the foundation course and throughout the real world is the thought that one size does not fit all situations. We need to tailor and adapt the appropriate P3O model depending upon the size, the number of projects that we undertake, and the complexity of the organization. The third element is to identify the most appropriate roles required to populate a specific P3O structure, plan the implementation of a P3O. The last one is to choose and to use appropriate tools and techniques while running the P3O and advising those who shape the portfolio of programs and projects. So you would need to demonstrate your ability to do all of these four elements. Sorry. Moving on to the P3O practitioner assessment model. The practitioner qualification additionally tests learning outcomes at level 3 and level 4 of learning. If you remember, and if you had been part of the foundation course, foundation exam would test you at the knowledge and comprehension level, whereas the practitioner level exam would test you at the application and analysis level. So you should be able to justify a case to develop a P3O model. You should be able to use the appropriate information and techniques to identify and implement the correct P3O model for an organization. You should be able to use tools and techniques appropriately. And finally, you should be able to identify the functions and services to be provided by a P3O model and the correct roles to implement them for a given scenario. So these are the four aspects of application that you should have ability in. And on the analysis front, you should be able to analyze and distinguish between appropriate and inappropriate use of the guidance through appraisal of the justification, planning, design, implementation, and running of a P3O model for a given scenario. So the assessment model focuses on your ability to apply and to analyze the information within the P3O guidance. So what are the syllabus areas? There are 6 syllabus areas, but the practitioner would test you on the last 5 syllabus areas. In other words, the practitioner exam would test you on why have a P3O, models and tailoring, implement and re-energize, how to operate a P3O, including tools and techniques, and roles. So these are the 5 syllabus areas that you would be tested upon. And towards that end, we have designed this particular course to cater to help you understand each of those syllabus areas in a more in-depth manner. So syllabus area 1 would be covered in module number 1, why have a P3O. Syllabus area 2 would be covered in P3O models and tailoring. Syllabus area 3 would be covered in module number 3, how to implement or re-energize a P3O. Syllabus number 4 would be covered in module number 4, how to operate a P3O, including tools and techniques. And the last syllabus would be covered in module number 5, P3O roles. And we have a last module which talks a little bit about the practitioner exam. So let's get into module number 1, why have a P3O? Let's do a deep dive in terms of the various learning objectives and contents of module number 1. Welcome to module number 1, why have a P3O? So what is it that we're going to cover as a part of this particular module? These are the syllabus area content topics. At level 2, you would be tested on the approach to maximizing the value of a P3O. You would need to know and apply and analyze the types of funding models for temporary and permanent offices. We would be looking into the typical timescales for implementing a P3O. And at level 3, we would be looking into how a P3O can help deliver change and add value to an organization. We would look into how to get investment for the P3O. We would look into appropriate approaches to planning the implementation of a P3O as a project or business change program. And we would examine how to demonstrate the value of a P3O. And we would look into appropriate cost models for permanent and temporary P3Os.